Yeah, hey, welcome to FinTips, everybody. How you doing today? It's sort of a unique start. We're having getting him set up, and feel like we just need to relax a little bit. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
honestly, just share something personal with the people out there. You know what I mean? People like when they see your
Take
hair's
a
a
breath.
mess.
I'm just gonna take a breath. My hair's a mess.
Yeah, people like to see an ordinary person.
People think that I have a motorcycle. I don't have a motorcycle. I just woke up like this.
Yeah, it looks like you look like Matthew McConaughey just woke up with a motorcycle ride on his way.
All right. We got this thing going, baby.
Yeah.
Bad thing is I spray gel in it, but it's like some volumizer.
Yeah.
Hairspray.
Okay.
My wife had. I don't know. I don't really know much about this stuff.
Are you
So I sprayed it in there to try to make it look better, and then
You're a metrosexual, aren't you?
no, look at my volume now.
That's metrosexual.
The volume.
Metrosexual, and then you manscaped. Well, you obviously don't manscape. You know.
I manscape. Manscape's different.
Okay. Oh,
Manscape's different.
okay.
I'm just taking care of yourself.
All right.
This is your hair.
What are you doing with that, by the way?
Okay.
That's the personal thing. Let people know what's happening. Are
Yeah.
you worried you're gonna go lose a little bit, so you're trying to grow it out? That doesn't
Yeah,
work.
this is the last hurrah. Do you not see that runway?
Oh, I can speak from
you see
experience.
the runway?
You can grow it out as much as you like, but it's not gonna work.
It's the last hurrah. All right, so let me tell you what we're getting into today, because let's jump in. Mortgage rates, they're high. They're high, and everybody has said different things in time, and honestly, I've even said at times, you have a 3% interest rate on your mortgage. Why are you trying to pay this thing off right away?
Well, in an effort to continuously try to poke the bear today, interest rates are high relative to the 5-year average.
Correct.
I mean, they're exactly average. Like your parents and your grandparents and stuff, they lived through higher rates.
The 80s were astronomical.
Good times, man.
Yeah. If we get to that, can you imagine?
Yeah, well, that's
16, 18% rates.
I remember my uncle, when he bought his house, it was 12%, and nobody thought anything of it.
Yeah.
They just did it. Now, it would, of course, make sense to pay that down.
Yeah. And so what's interesting here is I'm trying to screen record for Cody.
You know something.
Because I had something there, and I'm hoping that my screen is going to show it right. But yeah,
it looks great.
And so the question is, getting right into this now, is do you pay off the mortgage faster or not? What do you do? And so basically what I did was I wanted to model this out with two scenarios. First, you've got, somebody that's retired, because how many people have you talked to that are clients of ours?
I know where you're going.
That are retiring, that are saying, all right, I'm going to sell my house up here, and where do I have these people living in? Maryland. Got some clients up there in Maryland, quite a few clients up there. And where are they relocating to?
Florida.
The Villages.
The good old
Villages.
Yeah,
everybody's retiring to the Villages.
Good times in the Villages.
So we've got a lot of these scenarios. And with those scenarios, it's, do I take the house, sell it, pay off the new house, or do I instead just say, you know what, I'm going to just finance the rest of it? What's the best case scenario?
As a retiree?
Yep.
Okay, so fun fact, you could definitely get a mortgage as a retiree. And you're like, well, where's the income come from? I've helped so many people through that. So don't think that you can't get a mortgage if you're retired or deep in retirement. You absolutely can.
Yep.
Very common.
Yeah, and so looking at that, Louie and Lucille, we've got Louie and Lucille here.
Oh,
60 and 61 years old.
You changed okay, so those are my people.
Yeah.
I notice when I search all my jazz people, they're all gone and they're named somebody else now. And
No.
All I got left is that.
This is still Louie and Lucille, and guess what? I change them up all the time for you.
The time, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Every video I do, I use these people, and then it messes him up.
Pisses me off. I'm like, where the hell's Pat Metheny? Where's Brian Culberson? They're all not in there.
I don't know what happened to them.
Yeah, I know what happened to them.
I don't know.
I'll check the logs.
I'm looking under the table, seeing who did it. All right. So we've got Louie and Lucille. They're still in there for you. They're just changed now.
Yeah, 61.
And as far as everything goes, we're not as worried about their current expenses. We're going to look at their goals. Let's look at their goals. 61 and 60.
Okay.
So, right here, they're both 61 years old, so they're already retired. Their goal is to retire at 61 and 60.
This is it. So we're making the decision, relocate, pay down, or pay off.
Yep, $4,500 monthly expense. Now, some of this I'm going to have to do on the fly, so you guys bear with me as I make some changes to show you and model this out. It's not exactly easy to just say, hey, we've got this and this to compare. So if we've got a $4,500 monthly expense, they're going to relocate and they're wanting here. So if we look at this, we've got a couple scenarios. So with this scenario, what you have is $550,000, 100% down. So they've got the property tax, the down payments, 100%. That's what we're looking at.
Got it.
Now the question is, well, if they're going to do 100% down, what does this look like currently for them? They still have a little bit of a mortgage here. Their loan, they've got, looks like they refinanced 2019. So they've got a $100,000 mortgage with a 3.5% rate currently.
Wow.
So they've got a little bit of debt there. Their property, though, their value is $375. So this is where they're at. They've got most of their assets. If you see here, we've got a little bit of taxable money. You've got a 401k, a little bit of Roth, and then you've got Lucille's 401k or traditional IRA that she rolled over.
Okay.
So this is what we got. All right. So let's go to the numbers. Let's take a look here. Drum roll. You were a drummer, right?
Why are we?
What drum corps?
We're ready for drum rolls already.
All right. So if we're looking at this directly, what they've got, they're at an 83% probability of success if they just sold their house and
paid cash. Okay.
So they're going to have to take some money from
IRA.
Yeah,
brokerage.
from there because they don't have enough to actually pay for the whole house. $882,526. That's the number to focus on, though, because what we want to look at now is we have 83,882. What if they instead? So you know what? We're going to go back and we're going to go to their goals. And here we're going to take their primary location and we're going to say, all right, you know what? We have a 7% rate at 30 years. Currently, that's the rate. I Googled it today. So argue with me about it. I know somebody will be like, oh, that's not the rates right now. So
well, if you have a 580 credit score.
Yeah. We'll see what you got. So we're going to say 20% down. The reason I'm going to say 20% down is because I don't want to get into the whole PMI argument of things.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
People will go down that rabbit trail.
Good catch.
Yes. All right. So we were 83 and what was it? 822? 822,000? 882?
All right.
At the end of the plan. All right. So now if we compare this.
Do you know what's going to happen? You look like you don't know what's going to happen.
I did it earlier this morning, but yeah, so look at there. So you have a less probability of success, but more at the end of the plan projected.
Okay, so our lower probability of success comes from having that payment late in life, but more dollars come from not taking that money and out of your investments, paying the tax potentially.
Your risk comes into play. Why the probability of success drops is because you're saying, you know what, I'm willing to take risk with the money I have and allow it to grow, and you're betting on the market to grow. But with more money comes some risk there.
Yeah. Well, I wonder, so if this scenario happened to you with a client, is there really? Do you care what they do?
So that's really where I was going with this one. Now, the other one I want to show in a minute is totally different because I'm going to look at somebody that's 40 years old. And that's a whole different calculation to look at.
Yeah.
But in this scenario, honestly, I'm going to tell them it's up to you.
Yeah, what helps you sleep at night? If you feel like paying the debt off, go for it.
Do you feel as though the market is going to long-term continuously go up? I mean, historically it has. Because if you're doing that, then just pay the 20% and, you're going to have more money at the end of the plan for inheritance purposes, $978. I mean, you're looking at almost $100,000 more to leave for inheritance.
There's really no, I know it's a big difference. It's $100,000 difference, but in the grand scheme of this plan, you can't, if someone's like, I can't sleep at night if I have a mortgage payment.
Yeah.
Like, okay, pay it off.
Yep. So that's one way to look at this. Now, what happens, though, when I change this up? And this is where things are going to get interesting.
Oh,
I created a new person for you.
Rubbing his hands. Rubbing your hands now. Okay, now I'm interested.
Yep. All right, now I just got to get
While
this
you're doing
to load
that,
up.
I will banter a little bit. You want me to ruin your day?
No. What you got?
I realized this is a personal thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, people want to know if we're real people.
Oh, they know.
I realized on my way to work, I have a hole in the front of my pants. I mean, like right there.
Okay.
Just a little guy.
Okay.
So eyes up here. I don't have any other I mean, I have jeans, but who wears jeans?
I wear jeans. I've got
So-
jeans on right now.
There's a chance of a slippery lizard.
Oh my gosh. All right. All right. People are going to stop watching. People are going to stop watching. They're going to be like, these guys.
No, but it's
The
just
bro
like,
show.
oh, is he wearing a suit and tie? No, in fact, he's got
A hole in his pants.
embarrassingly, he has a hole in his pants. I don't normally operate this way.
All right. So now that you fast forwarded to this part,
Yeah.
so we've got Louis and Lucille again, but now Jazzerton instead of Armstrong.
Jazzerton, baby. I like
Yeah,
it. Okay.
The Jazzertons. The Jazzertons are 40 years old. So if we look at what they're doing in life currently, we do want to look at a little bit of this, whether they're spending $5,000 a month. They're saving 3%. They're saving 3% each. They both basically work for the same company. And as far as everything goes, they get a 3% match.
I got it. Yeah.
Now we've got their joint taxable account. This is where it gets tricky because I'm going to have to bounce back and forth. You're going to get a little confused here for a minute.
I'll try not to.
And bear with me. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to now cut this. There we go. Look at that. See, I know how to work these computers. You young kids, you don't know.
Oh, you're ahead of me.
So we're going to say the joint taxable. So what they're going to do is they're going to be saving $12,000 a year towards their taxable account on top of their 401k and each of their 401ks.
Okay.
Now then, as far as everything goes over here, what we've got to figure out is then calculating up that their net worth, they've got $101,000. So that's where they're at.
Good.
They haven't saved a ton. They're 40 years old. They're just getting life going. They've got a decent, house payment here. So $360,000 is their original mortgage. They'd put the 20% down. No PMI.
There you go.
So let's get away from that. And as far as everything goes, they've got a $23.95 monthly payment.
Okay.
So that's what we're at. All right. So if we look there and we say, okay, they want to retire at, let's say, 64 years of age on $4,500 a month. That's what we're looking at. So again, what I want to see in this scenario is, this is just where they are. But what if they pay off the mortgage early? They take the $1,000 that they're paying every month towards their taxable account to save.
Yeah.
Pay it towards their mortgage.
Do that. I'm up for that one.
And then take what their mortgage payment was and the savings that they were going to be doing, combining that to be over $40,000 a year,
Okay.
and saving that once the house is paid for.
I mean,
Which one's better?
I'm in on this one because they are clearly saving way too much.
You think they're saving way too much?
Dollar-wise, right? There's some risk somewhere we'd have to account for their probability. But dollar-wise, they're obviously saving way too much.
Okay.
So if you're saying if we go that route, let's do it. Let's see what happens. If it were me and I looked at this, I'd be like, man, why are either one, do what you're saying, or number two, let's focus on some other goals.
Okay. All right. So we've got 72%, $3,283,000. All right.
Yep.
Got it? Do you remember that? Because I won't.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go over to their savings. And now what we're going to do is we're going to say that, you know what? They're not saving a dime right this second.
Yep. Because it's
But then in 2037 is when the mortgage would be paid off. I already kind of put
you
a
did
couple
it.
numbers here. But then we're going to take this and we're going to say that we're going to add in that $40,740.
Yeah.
What that is going to be is their mortgage plus the $12,000 once the mortgage is paid off.
Got it.
So they're delaying the savings and saying, hey, I just want to get rid of this mortgage because it's a 7% rate. All right. Now let's go over here. Let's take their loan. And we're going to say instead of paying $23.95, they're paying $33.95 a month. That's how it's all going to get factored in.
Oh.
What were we at? 72% and what?
$3,283,000.
Dang. Look at that. All right. 72, 3,200,000, 78, 3.6.
So we're doing the same thing here.
For their scenario, though, if you really want to look at the numbers, I mean, this is raising their probability of success, and this is also providing them more money at the end of the plan.
Yeah.
Or potentially more money to even live on in retirement years.
Which is less they paid in interest. I mean, this is, again, it's a big number. So you're like, it's close, whatever, but I'm not laughing at $250,000.
Yeah.
But it's another one of those at the end of the day, you're like, is there a right answer?
I think I think in this scenario, you have to look at the plan. You have to look at the numbers. And you say, if I can increase your probability of success and potentially, based on the estimates here. Now, again, this is all estimates.
Yeah.
But you could have over $200,000 more at the end of the plan and a higher probability of success. Then you should be paying more towards the mortgage now. Once the mortgage is paid for, then take all of that money plus what you were going to be saving and putting it towards a taxable account.
That's not what I thought would happen, but yes.
That's that. I know. I ran these numbers and I was a bit shocked. Now, here is the one factor that is going to come in that I have seen time and time again, and I found as a problem. And I think my screen stops recording at a certain moment, just to let you know.
Okay, divorce.
Yeah. Nope.
Oh.
It is that out of everybody that I've seen go with this route, once they pay off the house, they find something else to spend their money on.
Lifestyle creep.
Yep. And so then everything is going to change. If you start saying, hey, I've got a 30-year mortgage, are you really going to stay in that house for 30 years?
Uh-huh.
Most people aren't. Oh, you know what? We're actually thinking about moving. Oh, we're going to have a child and we need a bigger house. We want a bigger yard. We paid the house off. We refinanced it though. Or we now put in a pool and we've done this. There's always something. And so in that situation, just knowing how life goes, I'd say save the stinking money and just pay the basic mortgage, even though it's showing better here.
I know. Who needs two puppies? These things happen, and then you end up with more.
Yeah.
But that's a great segue into my marketing pitch before he probably shares a really horrible joke.
Yeah.
That plans change. Maybe that's what I love about what we do here is as your plans change and you call me and say, I bought a new Corvette. It's like, okay, well, let's talk about that. We can adjust and see how it impacts you. So I don't like when people say, financial plan costs you X number of dollars. I'll send you on your way because life changes.
Yeah, it does. Well, it's funny that you mentioned you had a hole in your pants. It's kind of like, did he read what I was going to talk about? Because when I go golfing, I've started golfing, by the way. I'm a horrible golfer, but I'm getting better.
We have holes in our wall back there that prove it.
Yeah, I messed up a couple times. I let a club slip one time and it stuck in the wall. Yeah. It really did.
Hey, honestly.
That wasn't a joke. So, all right. So when I go golfing, though, I always bring 2 pairs of pants in case I get a hole in one.
Oh.
Hey, little golf joke.
Wow.
Just happened to be that you talked about a hole in your pants.
Wow. Yeah. That's pretty good. I've been a little down lately because I planted bird seed and a bird popped up. Now I don't know what to feed it.
That's good. That's good. These are better than mine. I need to ask you to get my jokes. So I got to get them from you. But no, I think that I hope that this helps somebody watching this. If you were able to get through it with us, just the idea that it really does depend on your scenario. It depends on your goals. But there's no right or wrong. And, for the people that say, well, you should always pay off the mortgage.
Yeah.
If we can customize this so many different ways, but it's just a cool way to look at it just to give you some ideas.
And if you didn't like any of that, your Doe Straight tip of the day to take with you is always take business cards from people you don't know. And that way, if you accidentally back into a parked car, just write sorry on one of them and stick it on the
That's a
wiper.
great idea.
Save a few dollars. Huh?
Honest Abe over here. Honest Abe.
I'm just telling
you. Thanks for the tip.
Yeah, just telling you. All right, enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Is there a draft in here?